Hi everyone, my name is Ben and we are Btaskee. We are the Uber for home cleaning services. Now when I first came to Vietnam about 10 months ago, I noticed that a lot of people here had some kind of maid service, either in their homes or their apartments. And I figured, because I'm a very busy person and unfortunately also a very messy person, that I wanted to have a similar kind of service. So I started to ask around and I said, hey, where can I find a maid? How much does it cost? And can I really trust these people inside of my home? The answers I got were varied. People told me that it's very difficult to find a maid. The price is negotiated. And at the end of the day, you don't really know if you can trust these people inside of your home. The whole process is time-consuming and cumbersome. And poor customer experience appears to be the status quo. So that's when the idea of Btaskee came about. We want to provide a seamless customer experience from start to finish. Using our mobile app, you can book a cleaning service in under 60 seconds, simply by entering in your location, services required, and hours needed. All of our cleaners are tested and vetted to ensure quality and safety. You don't need to rely on an agency to tell you how good a cleaner is. You're going to rely on other customer experiences. And finally, we have a great customer success procedure that allows us to collect the feedback from customers and implement it right into the Btaskee platform. And so, on-demand services is a proven idea. It's not a new idea, it's not novel. And I see a lot of startups that are trying to get into this marketplace. And at the end of the day, it's going to come down to execution. Can this team pull off the traction to make it a success? And for Btaskee, we have that traction. Over the past 6 months, we've been able to accomplish over 2,000 customers, 5,000 transactions completed, and over 12,000 hours served, all with minimal marketing spend and over 90% customer satisfaction. So what do we want to do with Btaskee in the future? The Southeast Asia home cleaning market is valued at $5 billion. This is because home cleaning is a service that people need, and they need it frequently. Secondly, we noticed that the population in Southeast Asia is very young. And while a young population comes with a lot of energy, they unfortunately don't come with a lot of jobs. Using the Btaskee platform, we've created an opportunity for people to have access to jobs that they otherwise wouldn't have, at salaries nearly double that of a fresh university graduate here in Vietnam. And in order to bring this to the international market, we have a great international team here with us today that's going to help us accomplish that. We have people from the US, Canada, Germany, and India who all share the same vision of Btaskee. When people think of Vietnam, we don't want them to just think about a place where you can find cheap developers or a place where Flappy Bird was made. We want to represent Vietnam the same way that GO-JEK represents Indonesia or Grab represents Malaysia. Our team is bootstrapping this idea until we hit 15,000 transactions. Which brings me to my final point about our name and our logo. The logo is of a bee, which is, although small, hardworking and energetic. All 16 of our team members share the same passion and hardworking values that we do. If you want to know more about Btaskee, come check us out at booth 74 or talk to any of us in the bright orange shirt. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. This is the question from the jury board.
So on your team slide, I've noticed there is no CEO. So who runs the company?
We're getting to that process, so that is going to be my role, and we're going to move Kang over into more of a CFO role, given what he's proven with business development. So that's how we plan to structure the team going forward.
So, what do you need next? Whom do you need next?
So the way we envision this business is that we see ourselves as a business that wants to be big. We want to be a Southeast Asian player, and we want to be exactly what GO-JEK is to Indonesia. And so right now, what we have decided is that we can and are able to bootstrap until we hit 15,000 transactions. Very conservatively speaking, this would take us to a March timeframe. And at that point, we want to work with partners for fundraising, but ideally to the size where the partner can, one, help us to execute, but also give us enough funds so that we can carry out our plans.
How much you ask? Maybe I missed the number.
Okay, we didn't put it on there as we are bootstrapping, but at that point, our ask size is going to be $1 million.
Why is that much?
Because our plan and our big picture is that we want to perfect this first in Vietnam, and that's why we are focusing purely on cleaning at the moment. But our grand vision is that we want to be able to take this, making sure we have the right local knowledge, into Thailand and the Philippines. And that way, we're going to have 250 million people as access. And so when we have run the numbers, we've basically figured out that in order for us to execute that plan well, we're going to need the usual cost structure for maintaining the Vietnam markets. We're going to have to put money into setting up Thailand, setting up the Philippines, and then the rest, which is approximately 50%, is going to be used on marketing.
Oh, do you aware that in Vietnam, this kind of service, the biggest problem is quality of cleaner? So how do you solve that?
That's exactly what we want to focus on, right? Because we recognize that cleaning and quality is such a big issue. Like a lot of our efforts is being put into the processes by which we recruit taskers and train taskers, right? When we say that we test taskers, we're not kidding. The highest industry standards that we get for cleaning is usually in hotels or gastronomies, right? And that's exactly where we target our testing sites right now. So once they've accomplished the testings at our testing sites, like gastronomies, then we'll sign you on this platform, not before.
I have the highest appreciation for my housekeeper and the housekeepers
That's very good.
of my home apartment building. The important thing is that housekeeping is a noble, important job, and you are doing justice to that job. And I think what you said when you were referring to your home market being of young people, and perhaps you having young people actually serve other young people, they might even find partners among themselves, the housekeepers and the customers. What do you think of that?
So you're asking if they're going to go off the platform, is that correct?
I am asking you because you were saying that sometimes some students might perhaps choose to become a housekeeper through your system because it gives them a quick buck and they can work hard. So my point was that there is more out there than just the cleaning for them.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, the good thing about a marketplace is that it creates synergy effects, networks effects once it scales, right? And we want to build exactly up on that.
I think just to add to that, so we want to perfect cleaning, but what we see is an opportunity to, once we have perfected something and the quality is there, it's our ability to expand into different products.
Okay,
So
thank
exactly.
you. Yeah, time's up.
Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.